So right now, and the matter of fact, it just happened this last week, they have, they're going to be doing 2 different kinds of testing in the pre-construction. One is going to be offshore, it's going to be in the wind lease area, and then they will also be doing testing near shore. And the survey vessels are primarily what they are utilizing right now. They have a 328-foot survey vessel out there right now. It's called the Island Pride. And it is surveying the area. And what they do is they are utilizing multiple sonar technologies to survey the ocean floor. And what I did is we just pulled this right off of their data from BOEM. And it shows you the different technologies and how high the decibel levels they can go to. And they are also going to be doing some dredging and site surveying for the cable routes. We'll go into that a little bit later. But here's the scary thing. These guys are out there doing surveys right now, and they do have conditions they're supposed to meet, but absolutely nobody is monitoring whether or not they are staying within the conditions. And there has been a history on the East Coast of them violating their conditions, going at higher decibel levels and lower frequencies, and damaging more animals. Sound travels 4 times faster underwater. So when these animals try to escape these very high decibel levels, it's a tough one. They're dealing with constant noise for months on end. Next. Yep. Yeah, their current permit right now is they are permitted from now until December, and they will be doing consistent, constant surveys all the way through that time.
Can we do a demonstration?
Sure.
This was taken from a recording using a hydrophone where they put a microphone in the water on the East Coast, 5 miles away from where they were doing survey work. So you can hear what it sounds like under the water for the whales and fish. This is what it sounds like.
And it'd be much louder than this.
For 6 months.
And keep in mind, there's 3 companies,
12 hours
and
at a
they
time.
all need to do their own survey.
Okay, you guys, so they, I showed you that list. They have side scanners, they have multi-beams, they have several different kinds of technologies. One of them is actually an air gun, which is something that we just found out recently, that can operate up to 223 decibels. But what I just wanted you to do is get an idea. Here's a survey vessel. We have this, basically this is the multi-beam, and that is sonar. They also have, this is the side scan. They have these cute little names for them, chirpers, and and they're, it's very deceptive, let's put it that way. And then they also can tow arrays behind the boat that emits very, very loud sound. Obviously, it bounces off the bottom. What they're doing is they are checking for appropriate anchor sites in places that they can put these turbines without them disturbing the hard bottom, which is something they are not allowed to do. Next. So I just wanted to give you an idea of what the decibel levels can do. There are literally lethal impacts to these animals. And they have been given the big okie dokie to operate at 228 decibels. This is literally unimaginable to human beings. But at 160 decibels, which is so much higher than what you just heard right there, swim bladder expansion, they would never, by the way, allow a human being in the water near any of these survey vessels because it would do damage to us. So, gee. Go figure. Gas emboli and disorientation. And disorientation with that kind of noise at probably about 10 times what you just heard, especially with animals that rely on hearing, is significant. Over 207 decibels can kill fish. Over 217 will kill pretty much anything in the water column, including the base of the food chain, the larval forms. Next. So we kind of sort of had our artists put this together, you know, and it's kind of funny looking, but it's really pretty sad because, like I said, you cannot imagine the kind of sound that we're dealing with. So he has a jet engine behind him, and that's only 140 decibels with somebody standing directly in front of the jet engine. And then it goes all the way up to a rocket launch at 180. These decibel levels are well over twice that because it's not just by increments. It is when you're talking about decibel levels, you go up 10 points and it doubles. So these decibel levels are just incredible. And
For
it's,
long periods of time.
for very long periods of time, it's unimaginable. Next. So right now, the whale migration is happening. CCC gave Equinor Atlas Wind the big okie dokie to start their surveys. They've been out there for 3 days now. It is absolutely the worst time they could ever have started their surveys, and they know it. The whale migration has just started. The gray whales are starting to migrate north into the Chukchi Sea with their babies, and they have to stay close to shore. If they do not, they subject those babies to much higher predation rates. And we also have the humpbacks. So we have the blue whales, the humpbacks, the gray whales that are all migrating north at this point in time. They could have waited several months and done a lot less damage. But this is the mindset of these companies. Next.